Ask your question, then I'm going to answer in my time.
I've already answered.
I'm going to answer in my time.
No. I want to move step by step. Was the British colonial rule evil?
Yes, it was evil in the sense that the policies that they had made and what we know now. Yes.
I got the answer.
Yes.
I got the answer. Was it racist?
You could say elements of it's racist.
No,
yes.
no. As an establishment, I'm saying as an establiment, as policy. I will present evidence. Okay.
Then. Okay, one second. Then how's Queen Victoria a good woman?
Let's not.
There's the contradiction. Then how is Queen Victoria a good woman? Address this.
Ahmad, let's not prolong. Just let's go step by step.
I'm not going to give. Listen, Adnan. I'm not going to give yes or no answers.
No.
This is what your scholar Ibn Hazm did yesterday. So I'm not going to do yes or no. You make your point. I'm going to make my point.
Okay.
But you want to build a picture on this.
Colonial rule. Okay, wait. Was the British colonial rule institutionally racist?
Make your point. I'm going to answer.
I'm asking a question.
Was the
British colonial rule institutionally racist?
I'm going to answer it.
Yes or no? Just say no. Say no, then we can go into details.
No. I'm saying address your point because I'm not doing yes or no with you.
I'm asking a very specific question.
There is a reason.
Was the British colonial rule institutionally racist?
Why did you call Queen Victoria a good woman then? It was institutionally
I
racist.
said institution, brother. You're not listening to my.
She's not part of the institution.
Queen Victoria.
She's not the head of the institution.
Victoria was not. She's not
the head of the
running
institution.
India. She was not aware of. I'm talking about India, not.
She was not.
She never stepped foot in India. Victoria never came to India. Okay, so stop there. Now I'm asking a question. Was the British colonial rule in India institutionally racist?
There would be elements of racism.
No,
I can't speak for
no.
every single.
I
cannot speak for every single. Listen to me. It's a very blatant, open statement. I cannot speak for every single province that person was appointed. He was a racist.
Okay.
That'll be a lie. That'll be a lie.
I'll give you.
That'll be a lie. So make your point. Make your point, and then let me make my point.
Indians were not allowed high ranks in the army. Number one, Indians were not allowed any high positions in the government. Okay. Indians were not allowed basically any important position in India.
Give the reason as well. Why?
Wait.
You're a historian. Give the reason.
As a policy, brother. Brother.
Because of the mutiny. Okay. Because that's what the scholars have written.
The British colonial rule. You're trying to save Mirza, and in order to save Mirza, you're trying to justify, or you're trying to not ask very basic, direct questions.
We were doing 1 minute. Let's just do that. Let's stick to that.
No. Wait. This is how it's going to be fruitful. Was the British colonial rule in India institutionally racist?
I've already answered it. I can't speak for every single individual. I can't.
I'm not asking.
He's asking institutionally.
The Promised Messiah wasn't part of the government.
Brother, stop.
Don't build a narrative.
Stop.
Make your point. Make your point and let me answer.
Institutional. I'm not asking about persons. I know there were many noble persons within the British establishment. I know of them. I've read their histories. There were many people who didn't agree with this bakwas.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm asking, the British colonial rule in India, was it institutionally racist?
I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it was racist.
I say I don't know. That's a good answer.
No, the point is I can't speak for every single. I can't speak for every single individual. I can't speak for every single individual.
Ahmad, if you don't know, you don't know. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
I can't
just say you don't know, Ahmad. That's
I can't. Are you saying every single person was a racist, or are you saying
no? Institutionally,
I think you understood the question. Institutionally racist is quite specific.
Yeah. Which bit of the word institutional?
Guys, wait.
Let's move ahead.
Ahmad,
yes, let's move ahead.
Wait. For some reason, Ahmad's mind has stopped working. He's an intelligent guy. I know for a fact Ahmad is very highly educated. He's an intelligent person. Okay. He's a very pleasant person to talk to as well. But for some reason, my question is not registering. Okay. Because he keeps bringing up persons.
Because you're building a narrative on yes or no. That's Ahmad, not what we want to do.
Institutionally, was the British colonial rule racist? Institutionally. Yes or no? Or say I don't know.
What's the reason for asking the question? What do you want to establish?
Don't worry about it.
Is there a reason? It's a statement of fact.
We need to worry about it. We need to worry about it.
Brother, let me answer the question. So my answer is colonialism by definition is racist. By definition. There is no argumentation here. There is not a single definition in the world that will colonialism by definition is racist. Therefore, any institution that works under a colonial regime of any kind, whether it's the Chinese occupying some country, whether it's the Italians or the Portuguese or the Dutch occupying it under some, it is by definition racist. Therefore, so for you to say somebody who is clearly well-read, educated, and eloquent as you are, to say that you don't know whether this is racist, to me is either willful ignorance.
My point is, what does he want to establish? What does he want to establish?
He's asking for.
Come to the Prophet Muhammad. What is your allegation on him? And I want to answer that. I never condemned. I never said I support.
Let Muhammad finish. There's no need to talk over him.
So I think you get my point. Either you are clearly not educated, in which case this obvious point is missing completely over your head, or you're willfully ignorant. Which is it?
As I've said, the point is, make your point and let me make my point. You've asked a question: were they institutionally racist?
Colonialism institutionally racist? That's the question.
Not they.
Is colonialism institutionally racist?
No. Wait.
Move forward.
Muhammad,
Move forward.
Is very specific.
Move forward.
Was the British rule? Was the British colonial rule in India institutionally racist? We're not discussing the US. We're not discussing
any other. Right.
We're not discussing.
And by the way, Adnan, I wouldn't limit it to just India. They were racist everywhere they went.
100%, guys.
Of course, we know that, but we're asking specifically for this.
Yes, go on. Move forward.
With India. Okay.
Move forward.
I don't want to open other chapters. We can go on. Okay. India.
Move forward.
Because Mirza was in India. Mirza was serving the British colonial rule in India from revelation. From God's revelations coming to him, telling him to serve the genocidal, racist.
All he said was to be law-abiding citizens. All he said was to be law-abiding citizens.
Okay.
Why are you not?
No,
okay, listen.
No. It's not about abiding.
Okay. Is the British government
law-abiding? Wait.
Is the British government right now institutionally racist?
No.
They are not institutionally racist.
No.
Good point.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now
I've answered the question. No.
Yes.
Okay. Now.
Why not?
To history. Coming back.
Why not?
Why can you answer questions like the way Adnan does? Yes or no?
Yes. Absolutely. So coming back to coming back to history.
Yeah.
Coming back to history. Was the British colonial rule in India racist?
Let's move forward. Yes. Go on. Move forward.
Yes. Brilliant. Okay, we could have saved 15 minutes of our time, man.
No, because you're establishing something. I want to see where you go with it.
Was the British colonial rule in the 200 years rule of their period in India, was it genocidal?
What are you trying to establish again? I'm not. Listen. Yeah. Okay.
You can
move forward with it.
Say what 10 minutes, or we're gonna go the long way.
Go. Continue. Yes. Go on. Continue.
It was genocidal.
Continue.
You agreeing with me, right?
Their policies, as said in the article.
We're ticking all the boxes. The first was evil.
Yes.
You agreed. First was evil. You agreed. The second was racist. You agreed. Okay. I'm asking the third point. Genocidal.
Yes.
I don't particularly know the details of every.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
The numbers of 100 million that you mentioned, I don't know exactly to call it genocide.
No. 100 millions are only in 40 years, brother. 40 years. British came to power in 1757 from Bengal. In the 1770s, there were famines caused by the British East India Company, directly caused by them.
I want you to get to your point. I want you to get you to a point.
Brother Ahmad. In the 200 years rule of the East India Company combined with the British government later on, colonial government, okay, they killed hundreds of millions of people. Hundreds, okay, not 100. Many hundreds of millions were killed in the 200 years rule of British colonial rule in India, okay? And you can see these details in books like Shashi Tharoor's, wait, brother.
I know.
Shashi Tharoor's
Yes.
Inglorious Empire. Okay. So the third question, was the British colonial rule in India genocidal?
Does anyone who's colonized, right? Anyone who's colonized.
Ahmad,
do you think they're gonna write? Do you think they're gonna? So Rashid Tharoor, he writes great about Muslims who came and took over India, or the Indians, what they're doing in India right now. The point is a pointless discussion. Everyone who colonizes a place he colonizes it in a way
very
where,
bad. Thousands of people are
You're
watching.
running, man. You're running away. I'm sorry,
How?
you're running away.
How am I running away?
You're running
I'm
away,
answering
man.
the question.
No,
I'm
know
saying
what?
get to the point.
Okay, there's a reason.
Get to the point. There's no yes or no because you don't do yes or no when we ask you questions.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, get to the point, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
The reason why Ahmad is finding it very difficult to answer these very basic questions is because Mirza is on the hook. Mirza is on the hook, brothers. Mirza is
That's your claim.
On trial. Mirza
That's your claim.
is on trial.
That's your claim.
Because once
That's
we
your claim.
complete, wait. Once we complete this list, okay, there will be two choices left. Either you accept that Mirza was commanded by God to support all of this, knowing why, because he's the prophet. Prophet has revelation. Prophet
he didn't support
knows.
all of this.
Wait.
He did not support all of this. I'm categorically saying it. For that, you need evidence. You need to bring evidence where Prophet ﷺ says,
I will.
Exact these three things, and he says, I support it. You need to bring evidence.
Ahmad, I will.
You need to bring evidence. Listen carefully.
I will bring the evidence. Ahmad, I will bring the evidence.
Where he has praised, where he has praised them for this genocide and all of these things that you've said.
Evidence. Ahmad,
Yes.
I will
So get to the point. I'm not doing yes or no. Get to the point. I've got to explain what our understanding of the matter is, which is the Prophet ﷺ only praised them for the religious freedom they provided, accepted by all of your scholars from Makkah to India, those that live there. You want to throw them under the bus. That's what you did. You want to throw everyone under the bus who doesn't agree with you. That's what's happening.
Ahmad, let me please save our time, okay?
No, do 1 minute. I'm not answering yes or no.
Okay.
I know what you're trying to establish.
Was the British colonial rule in India genocidal?
Do you know the answer to it?
Yes.
You know the answer to it.
It was, yes.
Yes, move forward.
Okay, good. You
move
agree.
Forward.
Good. Was it oppressive?
I'm not answering yes or no, bro. These are known facts. Yes, go on. Continue.
Oh, brilliant. Continue. We're making progress.
Continue.
Good.
Okay, if they're known facts, why did it take us 15 minutes to get here?
No, because there's no point of this. It looks stupid.
There is a big point.
It looks stupid. It's not stupid. So when your scholar was asked yesterday, Ibn Hazm, a question, he said, I don't want to do yes or no.
I'm not
I don't want to do yes or no. So the point
I wasn't in the conversation. I wasn't in that conversation.
Yeah, you should have been then. You should have been. Hashim was there. He didn't want to answer. He didn't want to answer a question.
Okay, Ahmad,
when we asked him, does Allah hesitate? He said, bring me the reference. I can't do this. So the point is, I'm answering your questions. Let him do his 1 minute and let me respond, because the context is not being discussed. It's a two separate thing. Religious freedom.
No, the context. No. We already said
religious
the context earlier.
And religious freedom and accepting it is one thing. And listen, religious freedom and accepting it and praising it is another thing. And praising colonialism and the deaths of people is another thing. They're two separate things which he's trying to mingle. That's the whole Dajaliyat.
This is where you are wrong. This is where you are wrong. Okay, wait. I will explain why. When you try to bring it down simply to religious freedom, this is why Mirza was a fan of the colonial government of India. This is not the case, because Mirza himself is saying when this colonial government was fighting the Indians to stay in power, okay, it was a foreign occupier, okay, it was oppressive, it was evil, it was racist, it was genocidal. You have agreed to all these things already. Mirza's father sent 50 horsemen, followed by 14 other horsemen, to fight for this evil, racist, genocidal, oppressing power. So this is not about religious freedom. Mirza doesn't have to fight for them. Mirza and his family, Mirza's brother, Mirza's father, didn't have to do this. And then later on, Mirza didn't have to spy for them. This is not about religious freedom. This is to keep... Wait, brother, Ahmad, please.
You make claims.
Please, brother.
You make claims.
Brother,
you make sly comments. Don't do that.
Brother Ahmad, please.
You said he spied. He spied.
Brother, yeah.
He spied.
No. He said he will spy. He declared it publicly.
You said he spied.
He's what?
You said he spied.
He published the chart. Hello. You want me to put it up on the screen? He
I know
published
about
the chart.
it.
How are we gonna provide information to the government?
I know about it.
Okay, brilliant.
I know about it.
Please don't waste our
time. It was
time,
about,
please.
I'll tell you what it was. Let me tell you the context. Let me tell the people context.
Let me finish my point.
Let me tell the people context of it, because you made a point.
Let me finish my point.
I'll take 30 seconds.
Let me finish my point.
30 seconds.
You can come back in. Okay.
Make your point, please. 1 minute. Please.
So Mirza,
enough waffling.
Mirza's father, Mirza's brother, and Mirza himself and Mirza's sons didn't have to side with the British colonial rule in keeping them in power, because obviously as a prophet, obviously you as a layman, not a prophet. Ahmad is not a prophet unless you claim to be Mirza's Buruz and Zil a couple of years later or something like that.
Get to the point.
Okay, you're not a prophet.
Get to the
you're
point.
not okay. You're not a prophet. Okay, Mirza was a prophet. So clearly Mirza was aware that this colonial
Brother Bashir, how are you doing?
Welcome, Brother Bashir.
Sorry to interrupt.
You've landed right in the thick of the battle, as they say, you know.
Should we just take a quick breather? Okay, let me just take a quick second out here. So, just to set the stage again, because we seem to be going all over the place. I think the question.
No. We're making good progress.
Yeah. We're making just at this part, because Ahmed keeps wanting to deny certain things. Just to set so what we're establishing right now is that Mirza Ghulam, his family, had a history of supporting the British government. Mirza Ghulam has continued that support. And what Brother Adnan is saying is, can you say that a prophet of Allah would actually do this? That's all he's saying. Not a human.
Let me respond.
Not a scholar. Not you or me.
Let me phrase my question.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not only about that. Mirza as a prophet must have known that this empire, because Ahmad knows this. So Mirza has more right to know this. Mirza is a prophet. He has wahi. Because why am I saying this? I'm saying this because Mirza himself wrote in Ruhani Khazain, volume 15, page 491. Mirza wrote, okay, and I quote, "So मुझसे पादरियों के मुकाबल पर जो कुछ वकू में आया, यही है कि हिकमत अमली से बाज वहशी मुसलमानों को खुश किया गया." Okay, so what I have done against the padris, the priests, the Christian priests, is basically done to appease the wild Muslims. I did what I did to appease the wild Muslims. Okay, और मैं दावे से कहता हूँ that I say it with claim. I'm claiming, publicly, कि मैं तमाम मुसलमानों में, that I am from among all the Muslims, अव्वल दर्जे का खैरख्वाह गवर्नमेंट अंग्रेजी का हूँ, that I am the topmost well-wisher of the British government of India, basically. Okay, क्योंकि मुझे तीन बातों ने खैर ख्वाही में अव्वल दर्जे पर बना दिया, because there are three factors that have made me the topmost well-wisher of this government. Number one, वालिद मरहूम के असर ने, my father's influence. Number one, my father's influence. Number two, is government आलिया के एहसानों ने, the favors of this government. Which government? The government we have already discussed. Okay. Number three, खुदा ताला के इल्हाम ने, Allah's revelation or inspiration. In Mirza's case, it's revelation. It's not inspiration, because the word ilham for Mirza means revelation, because he has made it very clear that it is revelation. So Mirza is saying three things have made me loyal to the British colonial government. Three things. Number one, my father's influence, his treacherous actions against the Indian people. Okay, that's what he's referring to. Providing support, military support to a colonial, occupying, racist, evil, genocidal, oppressive power. Okay. Number two, the favors of that very government, because Mirza's father had provided that support, the government was favorable to his sons. Naturally, okay, you would like to take care of your slaves, the house Negro. You would like to take care of the house Negro, as they say. Okay.
Is this the right page, Brother Adnan? I'm just checking.
Okay, this is Ruhani Khazain, volume 15.
Yeah, volume 15,
page 491.
491. Is that the right
done? I think you've made enough points.
Okay, wait. No, wait. I'm not finished. Okay.
You're never finished. You're never finished. Finish your point. Let me respond.
Yeah,
let
that's
me come
the page.
back, and then
that's the page. Go down. Go down.
And then we discuss forward.
It's just before the last paragraph. I'm reading the part. The first paragraph is a long paragraph. Obviously, it's the whole page pretty much. But I'm reading the last four lines. You see those numbers there? Number one, number two, and number three.
1, 2, 3 there. Yeah.
Okay.
I see those.
Number one is Awwal Walid Marhum ke asar ne, my father's influence. Number two is government Aliya ke ehsanon ne, the favors of this government because of the services. Number three, God's revelation. तीसरे खुदा ताला के इल्हाम ने. It is there, black and white.
Yeah.
So Ahmad
am I denying it? Am I denying it?
You're not denying it, but what you're saying is, you're not denying it, absolutely.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that this government was evil, racist, genocidal, oppressive, unjust, all of these things. And despite all of that, Mirza's father provided military support to this government to keep them in power. Okay, knowing all these things. Okay, or let's say Mirza's father was not a prophet, so he can be let off the hook that he didn't know better. You know, he was whatever, right? Mirza is a prophet. Mirza is receiving a revelation. Okay. And none of the Batalavis and Sayyid Nasir Azam Dehlavis and Nawab Siddiq Hasan Khans will save him. You know why? Because none of them are prophets. They can be simply dismissed and completely rejected. Mirza is doing what he's doing from revelation, as he himself claims. And he is backing, supporting an oppressive, tyrannical, genocidal, racist power like this. Okay. And this is not only about religious freedom. This is about supporting this government logistically, militarily. And amazingly,
the Prophet Messiah did not support them militarily in his life. So be careful what you're saying.
He's praising his father. He's praising his father because of the military support. So he endorses it. He endorses it as a prophet. Now, when it comes to fighting the British, jihad against them is haram. But when it comes to fighting for them, jihad for them, it is virtuous. It is to be praised. Can you imagine a prophet doing this? Can you imagine fighting an evil, racist, genocidal, oppressive power is haram? Fighting for them is virtue. Virtue for which you need to be favored. Unbelievable. How can the Ahmadis, the Qadianis, how can you believe in such a person, Over to you now. Over to you. Go ahead. Your time. And deal with my points directly. Revelation. His revelation is telling him to back an evil, oppressive, tyrannical, racist power. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you so much. So the point that you made, you're conflating two things, as I said from the very beginning. You're conflating two things. It never says support them in what they're doing, with regards to what you mentioned about the deaths and everything. It never states that. The entirety of Prophet Messiah's writing, you got to be silent. You got to be silent. So now the premise is this, that a government.
Ahmed,
listen.
Mirza said anyone who fights this government is a harami. He said this.
Yes, because I tell you,
many
scholars wrote that.
No.
I'll give you reference.
He's not a scholar. He's a prophet.
No. Show me one person who said they are haramis.
I'll tell you. Relax. Okay. So the Prophet Messiah.
The word harami.
You're interjecting now. You got to be silent.
So he was not.
Let me finish. Okay, Ahmad.
No, you're not finishing. It's my finishing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's my turn.
Go ahead.
Relax
Ahmad.
now.
Go ahead, Ahmad.
So the point is a government which provides you religious freedom to practice your religion, which was not the case in the case of the Sikh rule before, for which I do want to give you, certain context, which he didn't even mention it. Not even once he mentioned it.
Because it's not relevant.
It is relevant. Because, it is relevant. Because if it's not the British rule, there's no Muslim rule. It's not a Muslim rule. What other rule is there? If it's not the British rule, what other rule is there? It's the Sikh rule. If the Muslims, it is the issue of the Muslims that they had lost the power, right? Now comes in the rule. Yes, just as any colonial, any ruler, when he comes and takes over people, he does certain things. Now, the only reason by the Prophet Messiah and many others ulama of the time, the top ulama, that they mentioned that the reason why you cannot fight the British is the fact that they provide religious freedom. That's the point that you don't want to address. You don't want to address that point at all, because you're saying all of them are under the bus. You don't want to support them. But certain scholars, I don't even know who they were, that these scholars thought that, yes, even if you're provided, religious freedom, you have to go against it. That's because of your distorted understanding of Islam. Allah says, Hal jaza'ul ihsan illa al-ihsan. That if the religious freedom is provided, why was the Prophet allowed to debate the Christian missionaries, the Arya Samaj and all of these people? Why did he debunk the entire creed accepted by them in their time? Is the very fact that religious freedom existed.
Okay.
That's the point that you don't want to address. Now, last thing.
Yes.
No, your time is up, Ahmad.
Don't conflate. No, my time, I should be given 15 minutes after 2 hours.
When Adnan was interrupting you, I did pause. So your time is up now.
No, let me finish this point.
You finish in your next round, not now. You keep extending every time.
Let me
put the timer up then. Put the timer up for 1 minute.
No, I don't need to put the timer up. I can time it from here.
Okay.
Too much hassle.
So
is it 1 minute? Is it 1 minute for Brother Adnan? Is it
1
minute?
One minute.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. So first of all, again, you're missing the point. Okay. It's not about religious freedom. It's about supporting an evil, racist, genocidal, oppressive power, logistically, militarily. Okay. To stay away from them and enjoy the religious freedom, so-called. Firstly, there was no religious freedom. This is a lie. The British never allowed Muslims to rule by Sharia. Never. Even in the Muslim territories. Okay, so what religious freedom are you talking about? What is religious freedom? Why did Shah Abdul Aziz say India is Darul Harb? Muslims could pray, Muslims could do the Eid, Muslims could, because the law of Islam was completely removed from societies. Okay, that's why Shah Abdul Aziz said it is Darul Harb. And when that happens, a territory becomes Darul Harb. So that's why there was no religious freedom in India. You're lying through your teeth. Okay, so there was no freedom for Muslims to rule by Sharia. No freedom. Okay, Salah, Eid, okay, Zakat and Janazas. This is not the only part of Islam. This is only 5%. Okay, the rest of Islam is social laws of Islam. Okay, inheritance, forbiddance of riba. Okay, for example, British brought riba, interest with them. So what religious freedom are you talking about? Stop saying that. Okay, don't say it again.
Religious freedom is
okay. Please, it's my time. It's my
time. Let him finish. No, he hasn't.
Okay, I'm talking about military support to an evil, racist, genocidal, oppressive power that committed one of the largest, one of the biggest genocides in human history, the British colonial rule, in particular when Mirza himself was alive from 1880 to 1920. This period was the worst because 100 million people were killed. I don't want to put up the article again. Okay, so clearly Mirza,
I think
knowing this, we can't. Okay, I'm finishing right now. Mirza could not have not known this. Mirza could not have not known this if you claim he's a prophet, because he received revelation from Allah. That's the first thing Allah would have told him. These guys are killing 100 million people. Yo, Mirza, astaghfirullah. I don't mean to say, let's say if a prophet comes to Mirza.
So Ahmad's 2 minutes now.
An angel comes to Mirza and tells him, Mirza, 100 million people are dying. Okay,
you're done.
Mirza says, no. They let me pray. They let me do zakat. They let me do my wedding Islamically, So it's okay. Let her. So I'll still support them. I'll still praise them. I'll still make it a tenet of my religion to obey them. Okay. How does that make sense? Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So this point that he's mentioned last, I want to address this first. Now, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed his believers to go to Negus, the king, right at that time, and they went to those people, is because they provided religious freedom to the Muslims at that time. Yes, but there's a history of those kings that they have done the same thing. That's what rulers do. When they take over another people, they plunder. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ was receiving wahi from Allah Almighty, and the Muslims, the companions, fought in the war with Negus. The companions fought in the wars with the Najashi. This is an historical fact that you should have known about. So why did Rasulullah ﷺ allow this to happen? Now the point is, you have attacked Islam and Rasulullah ﷺ by doing this. Why? Is because when a nation or when a people, the very reason person migrated, and I mentioned the Quran, أُذِنَ لِلَّذِينَ يُقَاتَلُونَ بِأَنَّهُمْ ظُلِمُوا, was revealed on the Prophet the first time, that you're given the permission to fight based on the fact that dhulm is happening upon you. This dhulm was not happening upon the Muslims in India. You are lying on this. This was not the state of Muslims in India. Otherwise, all of these scholars who lived in that time were not lying. You're 120 years later saying something else. Policies resulting in people's death is another thing, right? Someone actively, what the Sikhs were doing with the Muslims for calling out the azans, they were killing the Muslims. They were turning mosques into stables. This is where the Prophet ﷺ said that jihad was allowed. He said, and Shah Ismail Shahid, he called him the Mujaddid before him, right? Why did he not fight the British? Answer this question is, why is it that Shah Ismail did not fight the British? This is a very important question. When he was asked, he said, why did he have to come all the way to the Punjab to fight the Sikhs? Why? It's an important question because, and all of these ulama, you're thrown all of them under the bus. They didn't understand Islam, but you understand it today. So my sympathies with you. if something happened within your, within your family, and
time is up.
Okay, let's not get personal.
But that's the
no ad hominems. Okay, we don't want.
I'm saying my sympathies. Muhammad, please listen. Muhammad, brother, Muhammad,
time is up.
It's finished.
Yeah, Muhammad,
your time is finished.
Isma, yeah, Muhammad. I'm not mocking him. Please be careful.
Okay, don't make ad hominems.
You're alluding something to me which I'm not doing. Don't do that.
You were. You were.
I'm not.
Okay, don't worry.
Ahmed, let me just clarify something quickly.
My sympathies are with brother Adnan for what happened to his family. My sympathies are with him, right?
Okay.
If a one Muslim dies or 100 die, it's the same thing.
Yeah, you mentioned something about the policies which were responsible for the deaths. Which policy are you actually alluding to here?
For instance, the Bengal famine or whatever you may refer to in history.
So how was that caused? How do you think that was caused? The famine.
I mean, it's well aware. Taking them, not giving the resources.
Because you seem to say that. I don't know. Somehow it seemed like it was irrelevant or something.
No.
I'll tell you.
When you're talking about the death of 100 million people, okay, you don't just brush it under the carpet with, it's just policies which caused the death.
What the 100
this
million
was
people
a systematic.
Killed? Let me ask you something.
Okay, this was a systematic genocide of the people of India.
Well, I'm saying, were the 100 million people that were killed? I don't have the data in front of me to say, okay, 100.
No, I'm not asking you. You mentioned policy.
100 were shot dead. 100,000 happened this to them. Now that's understandable.
Ahmed,
now, that
you mentioned policy, so you must know what it is. And you even said it was that led to the famine.
Yeah.
So you see this when you talk about religious freedom, and somebody's at the same time, if somebody's led to starvation and death, then clearly there is something wrong. And if anybody doesn't see oppression there, I don't know what kind of heart they have. It's much harder than a rock, I would say.
If the Promised Messiah had written this, that to go and support these people because they're making these policies to kill these people, then you would be right. He did not say this. All he said,
he doesn't need to. It's common sense.
Can I have my 2 minutes?
The point is,
Ahmed, if somebody in your family was starved to death, do you need somebody to tell you to oppose that? Literally, you would oppose it by common sense.
Let people decide. Look. Let people decide. Let people decide.
He didn't support that either.
People
support that. Do we have a statement?
Did he oppose them? Did he oppose them?
Can I make one quick point? Please? So this is sort of a bit of a side issue, but I just want to mention it that here in the UK, we have current contemporary situation. Okay, we have an army, a British army, right? And when you go join the British army, one of the things they ask you to do is to pledge allegiance to the ruling monarch, right? At the moment, it's King Charles. Yep. Now, as a soldier in that army, when you first join, you are not at war typically. You're not fighting. But then when it does come to war, because you've pledged allegiance to that monarch, anything that government and that monarch now tells you to do is based on that allegiance that you gave him.
Yeah.
Or her,
correct.
Right? You pledged that pledge that you gave, which means if you disobey, you know what the punishment is? It's court-martial. You are court-martialed and you are sent to an army jail.
Yes.
And Brother Bashir will know this because he was in the US Army, who has a very similar policy.
Exactly.
So when you pledge allegiance to an empire, to a monarch, the moment you pledge that allegiance, you are then saying everything you do from now on, I agree. Whether it's now, yes, you do.
Not necessarily.
So let me finish.
For a soldier is something, and for a layman is something else. You're conflating two things.
Ahmed, let me finish my statement.
Yeah, go on.
I'm talking about pledge of allegiance. The soldier was a side issue. When you pledge allegiance,
please.
Don't tell me what I can say. I can't say. Okay?
No, because the example is not relevant.
Stop telling me what I can say and can't say, Ahmed. Please.
Let him finish.
Go on.
Let me finish what I need to say. When you pledge an allegiance, the essence of a pledge is I now agree to whatever your terms and future behavior is to be. The only way to walk out of that allegiance, and we know this from our own history, is you have to rescind the pledge. You have to give it back. You have to give it, say, I am no longer under this pledge, which means I am now your enemy. If I maintain the pledge, I am not your enemy. So you have two options. One is, if there is no evidence that Mirza Ghulam ever rescinded that pledge, then it means he was under that pledge then and up to the moment of his death. And what's happened consequently is every inheritor of that pledge has continued that pledge. And so therefore, by definition, your entire dynasty there is responsible for all of the atrocities that
exactly
that was committed.
Okay,
exactly.
that means Muhammad is that us living in this country, or those living in the US, whoever living under this rule, when the US and the the UK decided to, let's go invade Iraq or Afghanistan and all of these places, why were you sitting on your sofa having popcorns? Why didn't you go and support your brothers? Why didn't you do that?
As citizens,
why didn't you do that?
No.
You mentioned.
Wait. We don't have to support anyone.
You mentioned. One second.
Wait. What if
it's the same?
You think
point,
I'm ignorant or something? You think? Why ask us a simplistic question for?
I have the reverse question. I have the reverse question. What if we went out there and started supporting the government policy and started saying, "Well done, Britain, invade Iraq, kill 3 million Muslims"? Imagine if we did that. And you know why?
The Promised Messiah didn't do that. Then. That's the point. The Promised Messiah did not do that.
Wait, Ahmad.
The Promised Messiah did not say that.
Let him finish, Ahmed. Let him finish.
How would I justify it? In Britain, there are beautiful mosques, beautiful carpets. We do our Eids in the parks. We have the freedom. We have all of that. Therefore, what Britain is doing in Iraq, hooray or hurrah, okay, whatever, right? No, we wouldn't do that, okay? Yeah. Because we are not a bunch of oppressors. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us. Allah, amazingly now, in all of this discussion, we have ignored few very important things. The Quran says repeatedly that dhulm, for example, dhulm cannot be supported. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, fight those who are oppressing men, women, and children. Who are oppressing men, women, and children. The Quran commands, this is a source of pride for us, the Muslims, that we cannot stand in the face of oppression and take it or tolerate it. Mirza not only...
So why don't you fight?
Mirza not only tolerated it, he backed it. He backed it religiously through revelation.
Wait,
backed
brother. What?
Ahmad,
backed what?
What?
Answer, backed what?
Backed the very establishment who had all these characteristics we have discussed.
By saying be loyal to them,
and responding to some of your points. Najashi, you came up with the Najashi escape route, Najashi escape route, many people bring it up. Now, check this out. Guess what? Najashi was chosen by the Prophet through revelation. The messenger of Allah chose Najashi through revelation and sent his companions to Najashi. Therefore, whatever support they gave Najashi was completely justified from the revelation of Allah. And later events proved the Prophet right, because Najashi became a Muslim. He did not commit any genocide. He did not even hand over these oppressed fugitives to the Qurayshis. So all the things the Prophet said about Najashi, were proven right.
Does genocide only count when it's for Muslims?
Brother, come on.
Address this as well.
Can you be quiet?
One question. So one question addresses: does genocide only count when it's for Muslims or when it's for others as well?
Let me finish. Well. I'm not going to. No. I'm not going to let you raise another point and then go on a tangent. Okay.
Yeah.
So Najashi's case is completely irrelevant because Najashi did not commit the crimes the British colonial rule did. Mirza, on the other hand, from revelation, commanded his followers, landed them in this quagmire you are in right now, that you have to now appear to be defending directly or indirectly a rule that was extremely racist, oppressive, genocidal, unjust, and there was no religious freedom. I'm claiming there's no religious freedom. Mirza was a liar. Mirza was lying. Anyone who was
every scholars were liars.
They were
wrong.
Of them was a liar. They were absolutely wrong.
They were liars. Say they were misguided. Say they were liars.
If they
say they were liars.
Okay, wait.
Say they were liars.
Good question.
Say it.
Can I address it?
Say they were liars.
Okay, so Ahmad, you're not getting any sound bites from Adnan, okay? He's going to qualify his statement.
I'll tell you why.
Don't just say these things out.
Guys, can you please, one second. They are not liars. I'll tell you why. Because they were not receiving revelation. They were misinformed. They were completely mistaken. Mirza was a liar. You know why? Because he had revelation. And a prophet of God who claims authority from God and says things like this has to be a liar.
Things like what?
You know what?
Things like what?
That Britain
support the British. Be loyal to the British.
No. claims like that Britain is giving religious freedom, which was a lie, pack of lies. Which was a pack of lies. We have already discussed this, that Britain was not giving freedom of religion. This is a lie. This is an absolute lie. This is a lie peddled by the Qadianis and colonial what do you call it, sympathizers and propagators.
You know what it is?
Now wait, I'm not finished very quickly. Then you said this zulm of the British was not against the Muslims. 100 million Indians died. You know how many millions may have been Muslims?
What did I say? I didn't say this. Say that again. What did I say?
You said it. Zulm was not against Muslims. You said that. You said that. I made a note here.
For being Muslims, for practicing Islam.
I'm writing.
If someone raised a sword and in 1857 came against the government to kill them, then there's going to be a reaction. They're two separate things.
Then instead,
not for living as a Muslim.
Stop to that, Ahmad. How can you not get that, man? How can you not get that?
Okay, so I think
there are many ways to kill people. It's not just a sword.
We've had Ahmad enough. Let's move on to another.
No, but I want to ask him this.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Maulvi Raheel Saab, you said the Sikh.
Yeah, Bashir, you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, he wants to.
Yeah, he's talking. Yeah.
Maulvi Raheel Saab, you said the Sikh government was so bad, but Mirza Ghulam Murtaza was in the Sikh military.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
For that reason, they were allowed to move back to Qadian. So how could they be so bad if Mirza's own family was kissing their toes, brother? Please answer.
Yes.
They weren't kissing their toes, bro. The point is this.
But did you know this?
You got to understand.
Listen. Did you know this?
Let me answer his point.
But did you know this?
Yes, I know this.
Yeah. So what was Mirza's father doing in
I know this. I tell you,
fighting against the Muslims. Fighting. So as if this family had a habit of fighting for the oppressor against the Muslims.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
No,
that's against
the point.
You can't say when you're talking about a rule, right? You can't say that every single person in that rule was a tyrant. Listen,
Mirza was condemning the Sikh rule, but his father was part of it. His father was oiling the machine. His father was there. And then after
father and brothers, by the way, his uncles were involved as well.
Absolutely.
It was a family affair.
And they were receiving, by the way, they were receiving stipends from the Sikh government. Yes. They were receiving money from the Sikh government. So Mirza, you know what? Mirza changed colors because the British were ruling to appease them, to praise them. He just completely disowned or threw the Sikh government under the bus with his father and brothers. Right?
No,
because they were part of the establishment.
Clear difference. Now, yes.
I feel sorry for you, man.
Even within the Sikh rule, right? Even within the Sikh rule, you can't say that everywhere this happened. Are you getting my point? That everywhere this happened. But when we're speaking about the British rule particularly, they did not do what the Sikhs do before, in the sense that they stopped Muslims from praying, giving out the azan and all of these things. Now, we have to be very clear what we're saying.
No, this is a lie.
They're two separate errors.
You keep two separate errors. The Sikhs did not necessarily ban the adhan throughout their territory from Peshawar to Multan. Okay, this is a lie.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
So which
that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Sikh rule was not. Let me tell you something. Even though my own ancestors fought against Maharaja Ranjit Singh's armies in the Hazara region, my ancestor who was put on trial by the British, his father Sheikh Sirajuddin was fighting against the Sikh rule in Hazara region. Even though that is true, I will state categorically, Sikh rule was nowhere near as oppressive as the British colonial rule afterwards. Nowhere near. There is no comparison. Sikhs never committed a genocide against the Muslims. Never. Sikhs only fought those tribes that were fighting them. Okay, and those Muslim tribes were fighting them because they saw the Sikhs as foreign occupiers, or let's say, disbelievers, right? They were fighting them because they came into Muslim territory, they took their territory, so they had justifications. The point is, Sikh rule, when Mirza kept condemning Sikh rule against or vis-a-vis the British rule, there is no comparison. There is no historian on the planet that can bring evidence to the effect that Sikhs committed a genocide against any of the minorities. Or majorities, let's say.
Can I respond?
So there is no comparison. Come on, this is unbelievable that you keep
Adnan,
bringing up
what you're saying. What you're saying is at the time the Prophet ﷺ was living, and all these scholars that I mentioned living, who you've thrown under the bus.
Brother, these scholars are not going to save you. Stop using them.
It's fine.
They're not going to. This is history being recorded today. History is being recorded today. We don't want you to keep using these two scholars. There were hundreds.
There's many.
No.
Listen to this.
Bring them.
Listen, you bring them. You bring yours.
I
references that you give.
I will name them.
Okay, guys, I think we have to bring somebody else in now. Ahmed, you have got one. You were given 1 hour.
Hashim,
can I make one last point?
Note the names of the scholars. I'm giving you
names. Can I
make
one last point?
I'm gonna give.
You've spoken enough.
I'm gonna give at least 10 names of scholars who gave fatwas of jihad against the British.
You've spoken enough. They were all wrong.
Number
they
one.
Were all wrong.
Okay, now they're all wrong.
According to why did you ask for the names then? If you already
don't ask me for the names. Don't ask
me
for the names.
Were they equal in rank with Nazir Delvi?
They were bigger.
They were bigger in rank.
Let me give you the names.
Go on.
Shah Abdul Aziz, bigger than Nazir Hussain Delvi. Nazir Hussain Delvi was nowhere near Shah Abdul Aziz. So what the hell are you talking about?
Continue.
Wait. Okay, Shah Ismail Shahid. Shah Ismail Shahid. By the way, you're wrong about him that he wasn't going to oppose the British after the Sikhs because the Maulana Jafar Thanesri, the book you use, to claim that point, you are completely jahil about history.
Did he do it?
Look, let me finish, Ahmed.
Did he do it?
The frustrating part is you don't listen.
Did he do it?
No.
Or did he die?
Let me
Did
finish.
he do it in his lifetime?
Brother, let me finish. I'm giving you the answer.
Finish.
I'm giving you the answer. Sayyid Ahmad Shahid, who was the leader of Shah Ismail Shahid, who was Amirul Mu'mineen of the army that was killed in 1831 in Balakot by the Sikhs, an army led by Sher Singh, the son of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. You don't know you don't know half of it.
Continue.
Okay. Sayyid Ahmad Shahid was writing letters to the king of Bukhara, clearly stating in them that after we are finished with the Sikhs, after we are finished with the Maharaja, we are going for the British. Shut up. Stop using this propaganda against these
people.
Be respectful. Wait. Okay,
be respectful.
Sorry, I apologize. I got passionate there. Okay.
Yeah, you got too excited.
Maulana Jafar Thanesri was deliberately spinning facts. You are using his book. And where do I get these facts from? Go to a book titled Sirat Sayyid Ahmad Shahid, authored by Maulana Ghulam Rasul Maher, where he has given evidence upon evidence in an entire chapter to debunk Jafar Thanesri, who claimed that Sayyid Ahmad Shahid and Shah Ismail Shahid had no intentions to confront the British. This is a lie. This is a lie. Stop using it. I'm putting this on record. Wait, I'm not finished. I'm putting this on record so that no Qadiani ever brings this up again because I've given the evidence. You don't believe me? Go and read the letters of Sayyid Ahmad Shahid, the leader of the army who was writing the letters to the king of Bukhara, and he's categorically stated that after we are finished with the Sikhs, we are going for the Angrezan.
But good. You finished. Yes, but why didn't he do it in his lifetime?
Ahmed, I'm going to give it 2 minutes.
Saying something
before I bring somebody else in.
Yeah, saying something and not doing something is another thing.
Okay, good question.
If we had done it,
good question. I'm answering.
Let him have his 2 minutes.
Let me finish, and then you can make my points when I'm gone.
Why he didn't do it is because they weren't finished with the Sikhs. Sikhs killed them in 1831. 1831, Sikhs killed them. They couldn't do it.
He should have chosen the British.
So you don't
said British were great.
You don't even know the history.
You said, brother. Listen, it was my 2 minutes. And then when I'm gone, you can address it. You said
last
British,
2 minutes. Go ahead.
You said British were the greater colonizers. Then he should have addressed them first. Why did he go to the Sikhs? Clear contradiction in your thought. Why did he go to the Sikhs who were allowing all of this?
I can respond.
Why did he go to the British?
I can respond.
I
can respond.
I can respond. Have your apple first and then respond after. Okay. Now, so what he's done is, have your orange first. Okay, it's fine. So what he's done is,
It's apple and oranges with Qadianis. It's always apple and oranges with Qadianis.
I mentioned him from 1907. The names of all those scholars he threw under the bus. Nazir Delvi, you shouldn't mention his name again. Nawab Sadiq Hasan Khan, don't mention his name again.
It's not working.
The thing of Makkah, don't mention their name again.
It's not working.
The only thing that you're going to mention is scholars in their time. Now, all of the Muslim majority population did not take part in the mutiny of 1857. Majority did not take part in it. So the fact is that the majority did not believe in it.
Majority were not in the military. It was a military rebellion.
They could come out.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Could they not come out?
Your history.
Could they not come out? Could not the public come out?
Look, Ahmad, with due respect,
the public didn't come out. So you got to let me complete my point.
With due respect, I'm a historian. This is my field.
You got 1 more minute, Adnan. Let him.
This is my field.
Tell Adnan to be quiet, please. Yeah, tell Adnan to be quiet. So the point
last 1 minute. Go ahead.
No, but Brother Hashim, let me make my points clearly in two minutes.
Yeah. I paused your time. Don't worry.
No, please put it in 2 minutes. He interjected twice.
No.
Let me make my two.
It's 1 minute and that's it. We gave you 1 hour, bro. Come on.
Okay. 1 hour with interjections, of course. Okay.
No way. Come on. You can't say that now.
Okay. Let me complete what I'm saying. Yeah. Let me complete what I'm saying. Okay. So the only
we
point
started this stream over 3 hours ago, by the way.
Now you're interjecting again, bro.
No, I'm just
have
clarifying.
Patience for 1 minute.
We started.
Have patience for 1 minute. Okay. Can you reset the time?
No. You got a minute, and that's it.
Okay. Yes. So the entire point that this man has raised is he's conflating two things, and I've mentioned again. In the life of the Prophet Islam, not just him, but all of other scholars that lived in his time agreed on this fact that it is not in accordance with Islam to raise a sword against someone who does not oppress you based on your religion. That's the fact. And that is supported by the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he sent his companions to Najashi, who then fought in the army of Najashi, these companions. And the name of the Sahabi is Zubair bin al-Awam, who fought in the Negus army against the native rebellion. So the point is, if the Muslims or at that time, or whoever supported the British against the rebellion, they were doing it in accordance with the Islamic teaching. This is what you need to understand. Now what he has done, as he always does, is throws his scholars under the bus, as he's done before. So don't conflate two things. What happened in India because of policies is another thing. The stand of the Prophet ﷺ is another thing. You need to bring evidence for Prophet ﷺ where he said categorically that yes, what these guys are doing is correct and it's in accordance with Islam.
By the way, are you implying that Najashi was oppressing someone?
Yes, at that time, yes.
Who? Oppressing somebody. Whom was he oppressing?
Who was he oppressing?
At the time of Najashi,
who was he oppressing?
The previous, before even companions went there.
We're talking about Najashi. You said the companions.
Let him answer.
Before the companions, right? After the companions, whom was he oppressing?
Give me 2 minutes, I'll answer.
To save the British Empire.
No, just tell me whom was he oppressing. Is the name?
Give me 2 minutes.
Was it his people? Was it somebody else?
It was a native rebellion at the time. I don't have the names in front of me, but if you give
I don't think you know much about the details, so you shouldn't.
Give me 2 minutes.
It's like Adnan says, you're comparing apples and oranges now.
No, I'll
right, thank you, Ahmad, for your time.
Okay, last thing.
I have one question. So, Najashi, which colonial project did Najashi undertake?
He doesn't know. Muhammad, he doesn't know.
Irrelevant. Look. The reason why Ahmad
don't compare apples and oranges and pineapples. Honestly,
it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a matter of usul. It's a matter of usul.
No, it's
a matter of usul. It is.
It is not. No, it's not that. Not that comparison.
You picked the wrong example, which you haven't even.
It's comparing a pumpkin with an apple. Okay, this is
exactly
huge.
Yeah, you can say that.
One second. Okay, he said Mirza Sahib said don't raise sword against a power that doesn't oppress you, right? That's what he said. Okay, but this is exactly the point. The British were oppressing the Muslims specifically. Okay, I can give you this topic is my topic. Don't mess. I'm not, again, this is not arrogant speaking. This is
their religion. Yeah.
Okay, no. This is my field is specifically history of Muslims in India.
Were they oppressing them for their religion?
Wait, brother. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
There's no doubt about that. I'm surprised you don't know that.
If you don't believe me, the very time when Mirza himself was active in 1871, a book was published. The book's title is what? Are Indian Muslims are they bound by conscience to rebel against the Queen? Okay, this book was an official document. It was the Rand report of India in 1871. Wait.
Who wrote it? Was it William Hunter?
William Wilson Hunter, who was a colonial officer working for the British colonial establishment. He was part of the establishment. This was establishment's policy in that book. Anyone who has any doubt about Muslims having freedom and Muslims not being oppressed, just go and read that book. I
read that book. Okay. The Promised Messiah replied to that book. The British government and jihad is in reply to that book.
Okay.
You don't even know that.
Okay.
Go and read the British government of jihad and jihad. Go and read the British government and jihad.
In that very book, your Promised Messiah.
These are from that very book.
Wait,
these fatwas are from that very book.
Wait, brother.
When he's telling the British government,
your Promised Messiah. Listen to me. Your Promised Messiah. How did you respond to it? How did he reply to it? He replied to it by making it a tenet of his religion. A tenet of his religion.
I'll tell you how I reply to it.
Okay, wait. Making it part of his religion. Look, it is one thing to say that don't fight the British. They are okay. You could not possibly have the information which Allah has. Clearly, Allah did not reveal that to Mirza. Okay, if Mirza had received that revelation, and having received that revelation that the British are busy killing 100 million people, still Mirza is praising the British and telling his followers to obey them. Okay, then clearly Mirza was not following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These revelations were coming from somewhere else, clearly. Okay, these were not coming from Allah, clearly, right? But if Mirza knew all of this is happening, and then despite
clearly
all
everyone
that,
was
wait, brother, despite all of that, okay, you have no legs to stand on. Wallahi.
Clearly,
the only reason we are still going on with this so that the Ahmadis can see this.
Clearly, everyone was wrong in the time
Ahmadi
of the
brothers and sisters. We want them to see this.
Clearly, everyone was wrong, and Adnan Rashid is right.
No,
clearly, every one of the scholars.
No.
Adnan gave you the references.
And you're right.
Don't misrepresent.
Don't misrepresent. You're saying everyone. Don't lie to our faces. You have two guys.
What did they do?
Two scholars, two great scholars. Okay.
Yes.
But they were clearly mistaken. They did not have the revelation Mirza had.
There was the entire Ahl Hadith movement, my friend. There wasn't two scholars. There wasn't two scholars. The reference I gave you, there wasn't two scholars.
Brother, be quiet.
Look.
Sayyid Nazir, be quiet. Sayyid Nazir Hussain Dehlavi did not have wahi or ilmul ghaib, number one. Nawab Siddiq Hasan Khan, despite all his learning, was not aware of all these genocidal facts that came to light later on. Okay, Mirza must have known these because he had revelation. You claim he's a prophet, and he himself said that Allah's revelation is telling me to be a well-wisher of this government. Okay,
so
being a well-wisher, being okay.
There are about 15 to 20 names. 15 to 20 names just in this report that I gave you. You're saying two scholars.
You're
saying two scholars.
Let me ask you a question.
You're saying two scholars.
Abu Bakr Baghdadi or the British colonialism? Which one is the worst entity? Abu Bakr Baghdadi or colonial establishment? Which one is worse? In crimes.
You answer it.
No. You tell me.
You answer it. You answer it. Was it a jihad? Was it a jihad?
No, it wasn't. Okay, absolutely no. They were Khawarij.
They were
Khawarij. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm asking.
So why are you asking that question?
Okay, both were.
Why are you asking that question?
Okay, I'm asking you a question.
Why are you asking that question?
Which one was worse?
Why are you asking that question?
I'm asking you a question. Wait.
Can you answer one? If you're living, we need to establish.
Guys, we have to finish with Ahmad. Sorry, I think Ahmad has. Already,
one thing you need to establish.
He said
one thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm leaving now. Just last comment.
Let Bashir come in.
Last comment. I'm leaving. Last comment. One second. Hashim. 1 second. I want to leave. The last comment. Brother Bashir, just one comment. One comment.
You can go after me. Hold on. So
okay, please.
When you leave, brother, just Ahmadis believe Sayyid Ahmad Shaheed was the Mujaddid of the 13th century. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's father was in the army that killed him in Kashmir. Okay, and on top of that, he never prayed in his whole life. So
never prayed in his own life. What are you on about?
Let him finish, Ahmed. Don't interrupt.
Never prayed in his own life.
Mirza Ghulam Murtaza, look it up. It's in Siratul Mahdi. It's in other sources. He never
prayed in his own life.
In his whole life, brother. You need to look it up.
You make this stuff up, bro.
Bro, maybe you need to look it up. It's okay, brother. I got love and respect for you, but look those two things up, and then next time we see you, inshallah.
What was the first thing you said, Bashir?
That the first thing he said was that he was in the very army that fought Sayyid Ahmad Shaheed in Balakot and killed him and his army. And later on, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani claims that Sayyid Ahmad Shaheed for fighting the Sikhs and other things was a mujaddid, was a reviver. And this mujaddid was actually killed by his own father, Mirza's father, because he was part of the army. He was part of the Sikh army. He was there. Right. So he was basically pretty much fighting against the Mujahideen.
So they were killing Muslims
against the Mujahideen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, Adnan, if you remember, during after the 1857 uprising, the British, they blamed the Muslims and they confiscated their lands and properties, and also made it illegal for them to inherit.
Yeah.
The inheritance was made illegal. Yes. Now, I wouldn't call that freedom of religion if I were you, Ahmed.
No, he knows.
Anyway, thanks for your time. You got a last statement to make?
I'm leaving. I want to make my last point.
They are losing.
I want to make my last point.
They're trying to fight a losing battle. Okay.
No such thing as a losing battle, because the bad battle stands.
You've already lost the battle.
The battle stands upon the point. The battle stands upon the point whether the British provided freedom or not.
The doors of Islam are open to you.
Yes, the doors of Ahmadiyya, the true Islam is open to you, bro.
We would never believe in such a guy, man.
We will never believe in teachings which goes against the Quran.
We would never believe in a
liar. We will never believe in Imma al-Islam or Imma Sayyid. We never believe in either Islam or
all right, guys. This is
who was an instrument of an oppressing, racist, genocidal.
Okay, you got 30 seconds to make your last point. Go ahead.
Yeah, my last point is this: that we've come to every stream of yours, whether you've done 8 or 9 streams, right? We've been inviting you to come to our streams, and you guys have been running away. So please, for God's sake,
we're not running away.
Show yourself up.
Here.
Find that mirror. Where's that mirror? Where's that mirror?
No.
Where's that mirror, bro?
The mirror is there. I'm going to show it to you right now. You
want me to show you? Why doesn't it give you courage?
Why doesn't it give you courage? Invite me, please. Molvi Saab, please invite me. Show up. Molvi Saab, invite me, bro.
Bro, you're not capable, bro.
All right,
so we don't invite you.
Here's the mirror.
Tell that mirror to give you courage next time. True Islam stream.
Give me
next week.
All right, your time is up. 30 seconds.
Next week.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. He's a good guy, but it's just, this is a training, unfortunately. That's
absolutely no.
Certain questions. I wouldn't say all questions are yes and no, but I think certain are pretty. If somebody asks you if the British regime, the British Raj in India was racist, I don't think anyone in the right mind who knows even surface level information about the British Raj would hesitate to say yes.
Yes, just
simple things like this, Not everything is a trick question for you guys, man.
Look,
and then they say we are running away.
The game they play is
if we were running away, we wouldn't be having this every Saturday.
The game they play is that Mirza was not in favor of all these things, which he never said. Mirza never said that the British are oppressing this and this and that, this community, that community. British did this, British did. He was always praising the British colonial establishment. He was always in favor of this colonial establishment. He made it a point of religion to follow them and obey them. Okay, he never, in fact, he is praising his father for providing military support to an oppressive occupying power that is in foreign land, foreign territory, and killing the natives, killing them like they did in Australia. The colonial British colonial establishment did the same thing in Australia. They did the same thing in other territories. Everywhere they went, they simply committed genocides against the natives. Okay, in India they couldn't be successful because the population was so high. They tried. 100 million people is not a small number. They tried. Okay, so to be part of such an establishment is like trying to claim that Musa alayhi salam was an instrument for Pharaoh. Okay, was praising Pharaoh. Or imagine if Musa alayhi salam started saying Pharaoh, you know what? He's a good person for certain characteristics he has. So therefore, we will praise him for that. But other things we will not even talk about. We won't talk about his oppression. We won't talk about his shirk and all that.